Greetings and welcome back. In this installment, we will talk through the possibilities for the Griot's Reverie adventure. As mentioned in the last installment, trip planning is still evolving. In fact, the more I thought about this installment, the more I realized how unclear the plan is and how much more information I still need to collect. So, I will keep this very simple, more of a sketch than a script. In overview, the desire is to visit major port areas of the east coast of the U.S. to which slaves are brought to be sold, and then visit similar destinations and areas of interest throughout the Caribbean as far as South America. Getting Sakina to the Atlantic will either involve getting her loaded on a trailer and then transported to a marina in the Chesapeake Bay region, or sail her across to the Erie Canal, down the Hudson River to New York. The trailer gets me to the ocean quicker, by way of a quieter area with time to adjust and experiment and adapt. But the canal and river route will put more northern slave debarkation ports, like Philadelphia and Baltimore and others, in scope, but also puts greater traffic congestion in scope. I'm not sure right now what will ultimately be more important. My target destinations south of the U.S. were recently reshaped while digging for details on the slave life in that region. I came across a paper documenting the slave revolts during the period of slavery. I was quite surprised to find out how many there actually were. Growing up, I had only heard of one or two major revolts, which left the impression that the African slaves were relatively complacent with the brutal state in which they found themselves. A most recent reminder of the actuality of the slaves' desire for freedom was highlighted in the movie Amistad. Complacency is far from the reality. Apparently, word of rebellion was held closely to prevent the fever of rebellion from spreading. In this document, and other works which came to light, slave revolts were documented in Veracruz, Mexico, even leading to the creation of a slave city that still exists today, St. Thomas in what is now the U.S. Virgin Islands, Antigua, Guadeloupe, Jamaica, Martinique, Grenada, St. Kitts, Haiti, Tortola, and what we know today as the British Virgin Islands, Curacao, Trinidad, Cuba, Barbados, the Bahamas. This news was quite insightful. The African slave did not go quietly into the darkness, nor was the spirit of revolt always settled with one often very brutal suppression. So, I would like to visit at least some of these key areas and find out their stories, what is remembered, and what is forgotten. How many of these places would be visited, or for how long, is yet an unknown. Some places would be visited outbound, while some would be visited on the return north. The escape path for late developing tropical storms and hurricanes will be to head south and get well below the projected path. No hurricane holds for Sakina. Ultimately, there will be dependencies on weather and customs fees, which I understand can be substantial at some locations, and economy will be important. I'll know better as I locate some good and current cruising guides for the region to develop ideas on fees, anchorages, and moorings. We shall see. Please comment if you have suggestions on excellent, well-rounded guides. That is, for what it's worth, the presently known possibilities. The timing of the next installment is uncertain. Perhaps a review of a completed winter update, which at this point will most likely be the addition of a DC power distribution panel, so that I no longer energize every DC circuit on board to turn on a reading light. Or replacing a toilet sounds fun. Winter project? Right now the temperature is 57 degrees outside, 14 degrees Celsius at 9 p.m., less than 2 weeks before Christmas. However, I am not dreaming of a white Christmas. Who wants snow?
It's surprisingly peaceful out here.
Thanks for watching.
All right, my quiet
By the
place.
way, what are you doing with your freedom?